Alright, today we're talking about how to do playlists in the music collection. And right now we're in the BMW 5 series for this demonstration. So there's really kind of two ways to do this in terms of doing the playlists. So at the moment I'm playing a list of songs that are currently saved onto the music collection. Now you do have the option once you've selected a song on the left side over here to add that song to a favorites. And so for every song that you save to a favorites, it'll actually put it into a pre-list or a playlist with all your favorites. So if I go back to a media search once I've added a couple songs, down to playlists, you can do selected favorites and you see those two right there. Now once you have selected a couple of favorites, what you can do is press this option button down here. Bring up the options, you have the option to save that as a playlist. Now when doing this, it'll put it into a little favorite playlist. The only problem is though is that from my knowledge there's no way to rename this. It would just have it as favorites from the current date. There's one additional way you could do this, so you could actually save multiple playlists just by saving into favorites and then creating a playlist from there. And of course you can then go back here and if you want to delete those from the favorites, so you kind of would delete them, then resave favorites and do a new playlist. So it's kind of a longer way to do it. An alternative way I kind of found was in the flash drive file. So if I go into full media search here and go down to browse folder, you can kind of see how I set it up. So right here I had Rolling Stones and one full album, so I did it by artist, the album, and a list of all the songs. But I also did was just add a folder called playlist and just threw two songs from the Rolling Stones into that. So now what this is able to do is that I can actually save a full list of all my artists in here, but also it has some additional files with some customized music. Now the only thing with this though is that if you do it this way, in order to be playing music, it's probably the best idea that once you go into the media search, rather than clicking on the artist, you'd probably want to click on the browse folder. And the reason why is because in the browse folder, it'll basically show how the files are listed in the flash drive. That way, when you click on Rolling Stones, it only shows these songs that are in here. Versus if I go back and select artist from here, any songs that you have put anywhere else, you can see they're duplicated in here. So because I took files from the original one and duplicated them and put them into a playlist, it'll duplicate them in the artist right here. So that can be kind of annoying if you have to go through duplicates within your artist list. So if you're going to do it this way, the best way I would say is that rather than going to the artist page here, instead go down the browse folder, and then you can just go through your folder files and select whatever song or album you want to play from. And when you have it selected there as well, you still have the option to, when you go back to the main page which you're playing from it, you'll still have the option to scroll through just the songs in that folder rather than having to go through those duplicates. And so kind of looking at it this way, this is kind of the best way I've found to do the playlist out of that first way, which can be a little bit tedious, and also it's kind of hard to manage exactly what playlist you're looking at. Or the other way, which will have you alter a little bit how you use the system, but otherwise will actually give you the ability to do those playlists. So hopefully that works out for you.